And welcome into episode 59 of the Bama Geeks podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
We are... what you jamming out to?
Our intro music, of course. You know, I'm always...
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, okay.
I listen.
Fun fact, we are going to change that at some point in the near future. I mean, as we are creeping along, next episode is going to be episode 60.
Wow.
So I'm thinking for a milestone, changing up our intro and stuff, because it's a little too long. People really want to get to the meat of the podcast usually when you do things like this. So we're going to do a little bit faster one. So I'm actually looking for a female voice actress, whatever you want to call them these days. Looking for a female voice. If you know of one who can mimic a certain round character in Loki.
Oh.
That kind of sounds like Tara Strong. If we can't get Tara Strong to do it, which, we'll hold a fundraiser. If you want to help us, hire Tara Strong to do a quick little intro for us, all you got to do is sign up at Patreon. Patreon.com/BamaGeeks, $5 a month. The more subscribers we have, the more we can put in the kitty.
All right.
We don't mean cat food. So, well, I was going to hold off and have that be a surprise if I can make that happen. But you know what?
I just
spilled the beans. We need the money.
Spilled that beans. Spilled that big can of beans.
If Tara will ever come back to a con around this area, I can ask her in person. I met her at Dragon Con a few years ago. She is so stinking sweet. Absolutely loved meeting her.
How long ago was that? That's been like 10 years ago, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a minute, because I remember that.
It was after Arkham Asylum came out.
Yeah.
Because I got her to sign one of my Arkham Asylum figures as Harley.
Yeah,
and I need... Go ahead.
I got her to sign my copy of the GB comic with the Kylie. That's the only thing I won't buy her signed. I need to...
Yeah. And then I need to get her on my cast photo from Arkham City. Yeah. That wasn't Arkham Asylum because Arlene Sorkin did the voice of Harley.
Asylum. She was Asylum. Yeah.
In Asylum. If she was it was after Arkham City.
At Arkham. Yeah.
Yeah. It was after Arkham City. So, yeah. So Tara, you won't hear this, but if you do, we'd love to have you, do just a quick little voice work if you're able to. I don't know, with licenses, and I don't know if she can actually say she's the character who we're needing her to be for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll also look for a discount Tara Strong. If you know of a female voiceover artist that wouldn't mind, it can sound like that character that we hinted at.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on. I spent too much time on that. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm Brock Parker.
Hi.
That's my wife, Jessica. If you're
Jess.
watching on YouTube, I'm actually pointing in the right direction.
Hi there.
Hi. Even though I'm really in reality pointing to our kitchen. Jess is not in the kitchen.
No.
It's got to mess with your mind. Yeah.
And there is right there. There's Bo.
And I'm not in the kitchen either, so,
Yeah. So we are 3/4 of the Bama Geeks. Our old buddy and pal and bestie, Kevin Gardner. If you saw the Bama Geek social media over the past couple of days, especially this past weekend, you'll notice Kevin was in a certain little location called the Ghostbusters Firehouse, Hook and Ladder 8 up in New York City. He is still there. He joined us for our Patreon bonus round, which was about 40 minutes prior to this episode releasing. We spent, and he was able to hop on his phone and told us what he's been up to in New York. Yeah. And so absolutely wonderful to hear from him. And for the next episode, we'll get an Alabamian's perspective on New York City for the first time. This is his first trip up there. So I've been, but it's been 30 years plus. Jess has been 15 years ago.
2007.
That's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
15, 16 years ago. And Bo, you've been?
I've been in never.
Never. Okay. So Kevin's going to enlighten us since he's the most recent traveler.
Yeah.
The traveler has come.
It's on the wish list. Maybe if course, like I said, it could have possibly be this year, but I'm not expecting them to release Firehouse this season when they're planning on. So it'd probably be next year, maybe.
Yeah, maybe in the spring, hopefully, or summer. But yeah, we'll go if they do a premiere up there. I know our friends over at, excuse me, our friends over at YHS Have Some podcast. They held a shindig up there with Jason Reitman and a couple of people associated with the movie. And we're going to try to go this time if they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that would be fun.
Hope so.
Even though I've kind of stepped away from the Ghostbusters community, the fandom a little bit.
Yeah, we still got good friends that we've made along the way that are still part of it. So I mean, that's like I'm not as active as I was either, but I mean, I still people I care about, and it's the thing I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much. I mean, we still love Ghostbusters with all of our hearts and all, but the community aspect and doing a whole lot of events and everything else, we've kind of pulled back over the years. Just
we've kind
older
of become
in life.
more of the fan part of it than the I guess the organization and charity part of it.
Well, we
these
also
days.
it's fun to do all that, but still, once again, we all have the responsibilities outside of fandom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe me, this podcast is about the only free time I get lately. With my master's degree, which thankfully my daughter and I are graduating. She's graduating high school. I'm graduating with my master's the same month next year.
Wow.
And so we're already counting down. I think we got 9 some odd months left, 10 months. So
yeah,
I got, about 10 months for me left.
Wow.
I can't get here fast enough.
almost there.
2.5 years so far. Anyway. But, Bo, what you been up to the last couple of weeks, man?
Not too much. Well, the only exciting things that's taking place in the Bearden household, mostly, like I said, I'm trying to think. Really, been life. We're still recovering from the beach, and the only thing of noteworthy is the good old Alabama summer it took a toll, and unfortunately, it killed our AC.
Oh no!
So yes,
not a good time.
Yeah, those days it was like 106 degrees for about 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
like the AC was cooling, but it wasn't keeping up. So I called someone down. I was like, well, maybe it's just low on coolant, or maybe something. So I got a company. I'll give them a shout out. It's Freedom Heating and Air. They
I know them.
I called them, and the guy broke it down, got to look, and he goes, well, there's some kind of condensing coal in the center. Like I can't think of the name of it, but essentially it had a leak in it, and pretty much it lost a lot of its coolant.
Mm-hmm.
And that one piece itself would be it was almost little less than to fix it and repair it was little less than half for a new unit. So we went, and according to the unit we had was undersized for our house. So yes, now we have a big fancy air conditioner unit that we're going to be freezing to death with, but it's going to be an expensive play pretty to pay for a while. So,
oh man, but it's already installed. You're good to go.
Dude, it was faster to install it than it would have been if we chose the repair route.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Like the guy came to inspect it Friday, and that was like they were done by like 10 o'clock, and then that was Friday. And then we got to talk to him. He came back later that evening because the missus had worked the night before, so she was asleep. So I was like, let's make this big decision together because, this is, for us. So, and like I said, I will tell you on this, the missus, for anybody knows, she's a travel nurse. So I am past I'm not the frail man ego. She makes twice to 3 times the money I do. So if we're making financial decisions, that woman, I let her go with that. And I was like, what route do you want to do? And that's what we did. And so, so that's it. We were, like I said, so yeah, we set that up Friday evening. Guys were here yesterday morning at 9 o'clock, and they finished up about 5 o'clock in the evening.
Fantastic.
It's crazy. And this thing is like insane. Like, I can definitely tell my other air conditioning was on its last leg. Apparently, it's been a leak that had been going on the last year or two, but it just this summer killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not hard to do.
But yeah, this adulting thing, owning a house thing, is for the birds.
Yeah, we had to replace our heating and cooling units 3 years ago.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it died. We did our heating and cooling system that year, and our roof replaced the
Yeah.
roof that year. Thankfully, insurance paid for that. But yeah,
This one, this is like, and the missus, she was like, I was like, we can do the whatever. She was like, let's just go ahead and we did the big one. So it's, whew,
Well-
but it's like I said, you guys will have to come over and feel it. Like I swear, I can tell mine has not been working well for a while because we usually keep it around 72. And 72 degrees with this unit versus 72 degrees with the old unit feels like we're hanging meat in a freezer in here.
Wow.
So
but that's right up Jess's alley, man. She freezes me out at night.
well, I used to not ever get cold, but I don't know if it's because I've got older and blood pressure medicine and other things. I get chilly, but like I still like the cold. I'll take the cold over the heat any day. I do not care.
no, every day.
I can
Yeah,
tell
so-
you, there's nothing better than sleeping in a cold room.
Oh no, I agree. It's cold room, but you got to be bundled up in a blanket. But
That's right.
that cold air on your face and you're breathing it in. Oof, good stuff. But yeah, that's been our big adventure. That's been over the last couple of days, and I'm trying to think anything else kind of cool happened. Nothing's jumping out at me a moment. We haven't picked up. The only thing is I finished up my Dead Space remake game, which I thoroughly enjoyed. For anybody who's a fan of the franchise, I highly recommend that game. It's good. And
Did you pick up AEW Fight Forever?
no, because like I have too much in the backlog already. I feel bad. Like I'm like, oh, I didn't buy it day one, but you know what? I have too much going on game wise to catch up on. So I'm going to catch it probably either when I get caught up or its first big sale.
Okay, it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
I meant to ask you. I've seen a couple of your achievements pop up in my Xbox feed, and I was curious. Did you enjoy? Are you enjoying it so far? Like a lot of people are like trying to diss on the style, but I like it's arcade fun style. It isn't supposed to be hyper realistic.
It is. No, the graphics, are they the greatest? No. Are they suitable and doable? Yeah, they're fine. You know, and it's a fun, like you said, arcade style wrestling game. It's what it is, and I'm enjoying it. I haven't played it a whole lot.
Yeah.
Just because of school obligations and work and all.
So how many barbed wire death matches have you had CM Punk defeat Kenny Omega in yet?
I actually have not played that mode yet. I did a couple of exhibition matches just to get used to the mechanics.
Yeah.
And then I jumped right into Road to the Elite.
Nice. It's supposed to play just like the old No Mercy style games. Okay, cool.
It does. Yeah.
I've watched a few people stream it, but like I said, gaming wise, I'm not looking at anything new because like I have too many things to catch up on already.
Yeah. No, it's not bad. I wish that the wrestlers actually voiced themselves in the game, because there's a lot of cut scenes where they're talking to you, but you see their mouths moving, but it's just press A to read the next text.
Yeah. I
kind of wish they had the voiceovers, but I mean, like Jim Ross does some voiceover during the tutorials and stuff. Excalibur, I think, is in there. I think I've heard his over the top hype a couple of times, but some of this, there is some voice work in it, but not as much as I would like for there to be.
Yeah. Like I said, I've heard good things. Like I said, I'll probably pick it up, like I said, his first big sale, or maybe when they, when I get everything caught up and want to play. One of the two, whatever happened first.
Yeah. I used a reward app to get the game for half off. I pulled those funds out and paid for it, because I bought the Elite Edition. I think that's the edition it is. So I could get, the season pass and FTR and everything else. I'm waiting for them to release Danhausen.
Oh yeah.
I've
seen his I've seen his shirts are already in the game. Like you can get it for your character, but they didn't put him in it yet. But I mean, it's a given.
Yeah. And I'm not really a Matt Hardy fan these days. I used to be, but I pre-ordered it just so I could get that crazy Matt Hardy.
The broken Matt Hardy.
Yeah. And I haven't even touched him yet. So
I mean, it's one of the,
It's awesome though, because they've got, like, when Orange Cassidy comes out, it's not his regular music. It's not Jane naturally, and I don't even think it's his old music.
Yeah. It's just some.
But CM Punk,
music.
Cult of Personality.
Of course.
They got it licensed for the game. I'm like, okay. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, I'm not using them unless I'm going to beat this mess out of him. I'm not a Bucks fan. But anyway, you brought up video games and
No, you're good. No,
didn't know
that's
if you
fine.
had gotten it
No,
yet.
it's on the wish list eventually. I just got to get there.
It'll be at a discount when you get ready.
Yeah, probably. That's-
Oh,
But yeah,
Well-
that's it for me. Like I said, the only other, like I said, movie wise, we watched the Uncharted movie, which was very good. Like I was much better than I was expecting. So if you get,
Okay.
anybody
Now,
get a
where's
chance
that-
to check it,
Where's that
It's the-
streaming at?
it's on Netflix.
Netflix.
Okay.
Okay.
that's Tom Holland, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Tom
Mark
Holland and Mark Wahlberg and Antonio Banderas. So
Yeah.
he's in it too.
Okay.
And you'll notice him, Brock. Don't worry.
Apparently, I totally missed Antonio Banderas in Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny,
Yeah.
because we all thought it was Pedro Pascal. No, it's Antonio. Sorry.
Well, that's it for me. I'm tapping out on me. What have you lovely people been up to?
Oh, it's been a pleasant week in the Parker house. Since our last podcast, we did go see Matchbox 20 in concert, which was incredible.
Great show. And
My favorite Matchbox 20 song is Rest Stop off their Mad Season album. I love that song. Absolutely love it. When I saw them 20 years ago, they played it, and Rob Thomas got on this grand piano there. What was then Phillips Arena, now State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Got on a grand piano and played it, and it was beautiful, wonderful. Well, Jess was looking up the set list ahead of time. She's like, Rest Stop's not on this tour. And so I got a little bit sad. And then at the beginning of the concert, it said, scan this QR code and vote on which, a fan vote song.
Ooh.
Rest Stop was part of the vote. And so Jess voted for Rest Stop. I voted for Rest Stop. They didn't deviate from that set list that they had previously published. They didn't play any fan selected song. So
we don't know what the point is for voting.
Yeah.
But no, so I don't know. Brock said it's just a crafty way of them getting our information.
yeah.
Yep.
You've got my email for marketing now. Thank you. Yeah. Regardless of not hearing my favorite Matchbox 20 song, they put on a heck of a show still.
very
So
good
much
show.
fun.
And touched my heart because Birmingham holds a special place with Matchbox 20. They got a big push from us in the beginning.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
Rob even talked about it on stage, just bringing that up, what Birmingham means to them. And he even mentioned 5 Point South Music Hall.
Nice.
Yeah. He brought up a lot of
man.
Birmingham stuff
Yeah.
during the show. And yeah, like she said.
He mentioned
Really-
107.7.
Oh
or-
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Yeah.
deal. Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, they really have a special place for Birmingham. I mean, they really talk it up. So that was extremely nice to hear.
It's a great show. Fantastic. Enjoyed every bit of it.
Mhm.
And thankfully, no thunderstorms to deal with that
Not
night.
this
So,
We still didn't get home till late, but
and they ended. I'll go ahead and tell you. Total surprise though, they did end the show with "Simple Minds." Don't forget about me. So I was
Ooh.
really shocked about that. That was awesome.
Wow.
that
Yeah.
was really cool.
Mhm.
Well, that
Yeah,
was a
that
good
was
version.
the encore. Actually, that was the second encore.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they ducked off once, came back, and then ducked off again and came back and sang that.
I'm assuming 3 a.m. was the first encore.
Actually, it's what they kicked off when they came back from Encore. I believe that's what they
Yeah.
kicked it off with. Yeah.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, there was so much gray hair in that crowd.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
Oh, but it was so worth it, man. They're still so good. So good.
I
So
loved it. Yeah, like I said, I hate I missed out on it, but that era of music, that 90s alternative. Woof.
mhm.
Well, this concert's been pushed back. I think
Yeah.
this was
3 years.
for 3
Yeah.
years now, and because it was the pandemic and everything, and they even mentioned that that they just how much it meant to them that people who purchased these tickets 3 years ago waited it out and
Yep.
are here tonight.
I would-
So,
We got ours back in May.
I want to say the first time it was the pandemic, and then the second time, I want to say the amphitheater got flooded out and they had to redo it. That was another
Yeah.
reason why it got postponed.
there was a couple of postponements in that whole. And at first the Wallflowers were supposed to be with them, I think, in the
Yep.
beginning, but
Yep.
they weren't with them this time. So yeah.
Yeah, some guy named Matt Nathanson
Don't
If
know
you,
him.
we didn't know him either. If you want to take your kids to the show, take them like to do something else during Matt's
Yeah.
set because his mouth's a little potty mouth.
Little blue.
Yeah,
He's a little blue. Yeah.
but Matchbox kid friendly. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but fantastic show. Wasn't we? The seats next to us were empty, but it was I'd say probably 99% sold out show.
Cool. Good deal.
Yeah. Well, we did have people sitting next to us,
Yeah,
and
they
then
got
they got
moved.
up and they left, and we don't know
Never
what
came
happened
back.
to them. So we don't know where they went.
Bush search party of 3.
Yes.
You go look for the Dufresnes.
Yes.
Look at Mitch Hedberg if you don't know what we're talking about.
Yes.
Search parties. All right. But yeah, after Matchbox, nothing really exciting until this past week, and even this past week wasn't very exciting. I mean, Jess and I narrated our city's God and Country celebration. They asked us to do that, so while the choir sang giant patriotic music, Jess and I did the narration, which was the first time. Like at my church, at our church, I typically narrate the Christmas program every year. And this was the first time that they asked her, like, hey, you want to jump out here and join them for the patriotic celebration for the city? And so she got up there and she did a really, really fantastic
Oh,
job.
thanks.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. So we did that, saw some fireworks, ate some really good barbecue from, there's a new startup in the Birmingham area called Austin Whereabouts. It's run by our friends Johnny and Laura LaFoy. Austin Whereabouts LLC. If you want to look him up on Facebook and Instagram, he's from Birmingham, but wanted to bring the Central Texas barbecue flavor to the area. And you're not going to find. I will put this up against any local barbecue place.
I will too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like we love like Bob Sykes and things like that are in the Birmingham area that are classics. But Austin Whereabouts barbecue definitely.
I'm browsing their Facebook page here, and wow, this looks tasty.
Oh, I'm telling you,
Dude.
man, it's awesome.
Dude,
His
Johnny can cook.
I can see from these photos, man.
Johnny can barbecue
Yeah.
and has some good street corn and banana pudding and oh my goodness. Yeah, we were stuffed for 4th of July, no problem.
Yeah.
We got a couple of we got his rib special, a couple of slabs of ribs and the
Street
corn.
corn and the banana pudding, and
Yeah.
then hey, even got a little extra, some potato salad on the side too. So,
Just for her,
just for me.
because I don't eat it. So, but after the 4th of, I'm glad that we got through the 4th of July because the 5th and 6th of July were not fun for me. My doctor, I'm not going into any details on this, but my doctor was like, hey, you know what? You're in your late 40s now, creeping into your late 40s. There's a procedure you need to have done.
Mhm.
Oh,
We need to make sure everything on the inside is doing real well. And I went, oh man. So the 2 days after the 4th of July was spent in suffering.
Yeah.
But clean bill of health, good to go. I don't have to have that done for another 10 years. So yay. The joys of getting old, kids. But outside of that,
Yeah.
had my kids here this past weekend and I did homework while they laid around the house and that's about it. And here we
That's
are.
pretty much it.
We took the kids out for Mexican last night. My son, who is 14 and a half, and when they say teenage boys can eat, we went to a local Mexican restaurant. It's fantastic. The plate was huge. I mean, just massive. He got a burrito supreme,
Yeah.
and that took up half the plate. The beans and the rice and salad and everything else took up the other half of the plate. Massive plate. It was gone.
He cleaned it. Scraping the plate, getting every bit of it off of the plate. There was nothing left on this plate.
Jess, my daughter, and I were halfway finished with our meal. he was done.
Yeah.
And he was getting like the last little remnants of beans off the, I don't know why I'm holding my pen. He's getting the last little bit of beans off his, the boy is a trash compactor. He really is.
Things I got to look forward to here in a couple of years.
Oh, dude.
Go ahead and start putting back into savings
A food budget.
for your food budget for when your son hits this age, because help in this trash inflated economy, having a teenage boy is not beneficial for your food budget. I promise you that.
No.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, not at all.
He eats us out of house and home. It's like, dude, our budget's limited, man. Come on. I'm still paying for your school. But it was a good time. And jumping back to wrestling really quickly, he surprised us by his mom when I picked him up on Friday. She's like, thanks to you, he's now watching WWE. That was completely out of the blue.
I know, right?
Like, whoa, you are? He goes, yeah. And he started telling me about storylines and stuff that he's only been watching for a couple of weeks, but he's getting caught up on them. But yeah, so now we've got him into wrestling. So we got somebody else who can join us for this.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got home Friday night and he watched SmackDown with us.
So we're, he's, of course he says his favorite's Cody. Cody Rhodes is his favorite, which I understand that. I get it. He's one of my favorites too. And he told me that he's been even trying to go back and watch some old stuff, to try to understand some of the things that have been happening. So
he calls old stuff from like a couple years ago. For me, old stuff. I'm thinking like 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, wasn't Sami Zayn part of the bloodline? And I'm like, yeah, that's. Yeah. He goes, yeah, but that's old. I'm like, that was just like last year. Let us tell you about superstar Billy Graham and Greg the Hammer Valentine, who looks like your female gym teacher from the 80s. Yeah.
Let me tell you about how Cody's dad fought some other guys on the back of an 18-wheeler.
Let me tell you about hard times, brother.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so he's picking up on a lot of it now. So that's good. That made the old man proud.
Hey man, I it doesn't matter what company you're watching. More professional wrestling people, more people watching is a good thing.
Yeah. Like I said, like I told you, this is the gateway to AEW. We'll get him on AEW.
I prefer AEW, but hey, he's watching WWE. It's still, he's watching wrestling. So I say he gets him there,
Yeah. WWF is what got me into it back in the day. So, what were you saying?
I'd say the good old Saturday night's main event, the wrestling on Saturday night.
I remember crying like a baby when Hulk Hogan had to go to the hospital after Saturday night's main event.
Oh man, that was terrifying. Man.
I was crying. My mom came back there. Why are you crying? And I'm like, oh, gotta go to the hospital, Andre.
It's still real to me.
It's still real.
But I can see it plain as day. Seeing Hulk Hogan in the neck brace as they carry him out. Yeah, that's ingrained in my brain.
Oh, I was crying like a everything, man. Oh my goodness, that's when it was real.
I mean, I was watching, the night that the Mega Powers imploded.
Oh,
you got lust in your eyes. Elizabeth was hurt. He carried her to the back. He left Randy out there.
Yep.
I remember watching all that go down.
Yep.
I'm sorry, there's not another woman in the world like 1980s Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, she was just absolutely gorgeous. She was a beautiful lady.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was my middle school and preteen heart right there.
Mm-hmm.
Whoo. Man, what a shame. What a shame. So anyway.
Yeah. Like I said, we still need to do the wrestling episode one day. We just need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could. We should.
Yeah, we will.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know how quiet Kevin will be.
Yeah. But he could offer that perspective of somebody else outside, even though he may not be a constant watcher. Somebody in some way you've been exposed to some wrestling major storyline from the 80s or 90s. Anyone of age.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We had him over for the AEW pay-per-view, and he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh my. So, anything else you guys want to hit on from the last couple of weeks? Or start moving the podcast forward.
We'll just
Yep.
kind of move it forward.
I'm
How
sure
about
we'll
we just-
randomly, something randomly come out here anyway.
Yeah. So as we wrap up the intro to the podcast, make sure you join us on social media at Bama Geeks on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And yes, we have ventured into the new threads.
You do that.
I signed us up for that. I don't think you're going to touch that, Bo.
It's Facebook's attempt at Twitter, correct?
Yes.
That's my understanding. Okay.
Yeah. And of course, I've seen the conversation of, man, it's so much nicer over there. It's not as toxic. I'm like, not everybody's on there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Give it time. It'll dive into discourse just like every other social media platform tends to do. But I switched to we had the option to jump onto Threads with the Bama Geeks account, so I did.
Don't it work intertwined with your Instagram account? I think it says if you have an Instagram account, you have a Threads account, right?
Yeah, and you cannot get rid of your Threads account without deleting your Instagram account.
Ooh,
so when you're stuck with your Threads account.
So Meta knows what they're doing.
Yeah. My my daughter, who didn't want any of the social media except for Instagram and some app called Be Real, she jumped onto Threads, and somebody had mentioned that and took a screenshot of the terms and conditions, and she goes, "I did not read the terms and conditions," and she with 3 skulls after that. Yeah. She got suckered into it, but. Yeah, so we're on Threads too if you want to find us there. Not going to post much, honestly. I'm not fond of social media these days. It's a time waste for me, and I've got so many other things I need to do. But for the Bama Geeks, I do try to keep up with it as best I can. So find us on there, and if you're still on Facebook and want to jump into our private community. Bama Geeks Front Porch, just search for that on Facebook. And, of course, on YouTube, it's where you find the clips. Those have been doing pretty well. I had some people mention the Foo Fighters, talking about their memories of the Foo Fighters on one of the comments on that clip.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Great.
So even though I might not be posting the clips to social media as frequently as I should, they're there, and they're actually getting some views and some comments and stuff on them. So hopefully that's picking up steam.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And check out the shorts where Kevin went to the firehouse, Ghostbusters Firehouse, from this past weekend.